Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Building $1 Million Business. Let's get Instagram connected. Come on, Insty. As long as Instagram get connected, we live. We're going to be in that thing. Here we go. I think is it coming? Come on, give me the light. Here we go. I think this is it. This is it right there. This is it. Boom. There we go. We're back. Better than ever, greater than ever, more blessed than ever. Welcome back, game changers. Welcome back, go-getters. Welcome back, entrepreneurs. Welcome back, mid-level professionals. Welcome back, corporate executives. Welcome back. What are we doing? Why are we here? Welcome back to Building $1 Million Business. Family, what if I told you can build $1 million business, $1 million brand, and you can do it in 12 months? Would you believe me? Would you even try it? That's exactly what we're doing. I'm known as Patrick Hart. And listen, I'm super excited to be here. Welcome back, family. So where are we at? Let me get all my stuff connected. We're good. We're back. We're back. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as TikTok. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Y'all know how we do it. The whole family's in one place like we always do. So right now, I'm going to officially open up the comment box. So right now, it's officially open. Let's go. Today's going to be episode 126. Can y'all believe that? 126 episodes, and we did it in 6 months. So what does that mean? We've been super consistent about our initiative, which is building out $1 million business and do it in public, right? And so we have two big goals this year. And I always like to start out with the goals because I got a lot of new returning viewers. This reached thousands of people on a weekly basis. I get hundreds of people that always taps into the lives every single day. So I just want to start out with that. First thing first, before we get into today's talking points. Two big goals. The first big goal is, we're building out $1 million brand as well as $1 million business. We're doing 12 months, right? Now, the $1 million is not the flex. It's not to say, oh, we made $1 million and we didn't. No, the $1 million is because I become the proof point to share with folks, hey, with the right systems, with the right strategy, with the right operating system, with the right collaborations, with the right support, you too can build $1 million brand and $1 million business in 12 months. So that's the first big goal. The second goal is we're building out a 50,000 member ecosystem inside the newsletter. Now, why is that so important, family? Let me tell you this. We don't want to rely on the algorithms to push out our information, right? Relying on the algorithms, we may be in for a rude awakening. We know how the algorithms always change every 3 to 6 months, right? We realize that. And if you're trying to play that algorithm game, then you're not really building a business. You're trying to build an algorithm strategy. And that may be totally different things because not everybody is designed or have the man hours to play the strategy game. We just want to build our business so we can start helping like-minded individuals, right? So I always tell people this, family, own your own ecosystem, own your audience. What I mean by that? Create that landing page, create that website, create that lead magnet, whatever that happens to be, where you can start collecting people's information. Because as you move, as you rock, as you dip, as you pivot, those people, they move, they rock, and they dip, and they pivot with you, right? So we want to have that support system as well. So that's why having 50,000 members in one place, man, imagine the impact that we can have. Imagine the things that we can accomplish together. So Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as LinkedIn, as well as TikTok. Y'all do me a solid really quick, family. Make sure y'all invite other like-minded individuals to these lives. Y'all know I do these every single day, noon Central Standard Time. They're 30 minutes or less. Sometimes they may run a little bit over, only because, I'm unpacking a lot that particular day. But y'all do me a solid, and I'll make sure to support you as well. Okay, chat box is officially open. So what are we talking about today, Pat? Let's get to it. Drum roll, please. Go. Boom. Episode 126, family. Okay, here's the title of today's episode. And it's not just the title, it's the truth. I'm officially the bottleneck, and that's a problem. So that's what we're going to be talking about. I see you, Karen. Thanks for tapping in. I see you, Nini. Thanks for tapping in, family. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. All right, let me open up the comments sections. Is good. Okay, I can see it. I can see myself. So let's get into this. I'm the bottleneck, family. I'm the bottleneck. I am the bottleneck. Shell, welcome back, family. I see you, Philly. What's up, family? Beatrice, what's up? I see you, Jack A. Yep. Quantum, what's up, family? Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as TikTok. Y'all do me a solid. Man, y'all go on your phone, open up your phone, invite 2 or 3 people right now and say, hey, listen, Pat's on his daily hustle. He's breaking down the game. He's building $1 million business in public. He's adding value. He's creating content. He's really giving us the manuscript for how do we build $1 million brand, and we do it in public. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I appreciate you guys. Y'all been rocking me since the very beginning. We kicked this thing off January the 11th, 2026. Here we are, July the 6th, 2026. And every single week, guys, you show up, you show out, you give me support, and 100% I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. I appreciate y'all. I really do. So today, episode 126, we're talking about I am officially the bottleneck, and it's a problem. I got to break this down. I really, really have to talk about this because there's so many other like-minded individuals. You're not a small business owner. You're an entrepreneur, right? Maybe you're a mid-level professional, and you're trying to grow your career. You're trying to grow your business, and only to realize that you may be the bottleneck in your own business and career growth. So that's what I want to talk about today, family, because if I'm going to keep leveling up, building out this $1 million brand in public, then there's some things that I'm going to have to do to make sure that I get better every single day, right? And the goal is always, listen, we can't eat the elephant in one bite. The goal is always to get 1% better every single day. So that's always my goal. I come here and I share with you. So y'all let me unpack today real quick, all right? Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Open up your phone, invite 2 or 3 people right now. We're getting into it. Robert, I see you. What's up, family? I see you, Richard. What's up, family? Yep, I see you, FXX. Yeah, what up, family? I appreciate you showing the love. I see you, Coach T. I see you, Raphael. I see you, Quantum. I see you, Jackass. I see you, Philly, Nene, Karen. The whole family's here. 126. I'm officially the bottleneck, and that's the problem right here. All right. Again, I feel like this is a safe place. I can come here and share with you what's going on, what I'm building, my thought process. I don't feel like I'm judged here. So I feel like this is a family environment. So y'all just let me unpack for a minute. But listen, if there's something that's on your mind, you agree, you disagree, you just want to add value, tap in. Here's the other thing too. If you're a small business owner, you have a website, drop it in the chat, www.imafulltimehustler.com, whatever that happens to be. You got a QR code for your business, put it in the chat because I'm building an ecosystem of like-minded individuals. So even though this is my live, I truly believe in celebrating the success of other people, helping people expand their brand as well as their opportunities. So drop it in the chat. I see you, Terry. Thanks for tapping in. I see you, Chad. I see you, Queen. I see you, Coach C. If you got your business, put it in the chat. www, whatever it happens to be. Drop your QR code. Mine happens to be www.patrickhart.me. Same last name as Kevin Hart, right? patrickhart.me. You can check me out, all right? So I'm officially the bottleneck, family. And I've been thinking about something like ever since we launched the branding and visibility $1 million playbook, like the launch, listen, family, the launch went extremely well, actually quite well. Okay, if I'm keeping it 100, like people have been reaching out, which has been absolutely phenomenal. The conversations have been incredible. The opportunities continue to start to grow. And who's that? Rob Dunn. I see you, family. Thank you for tapping in YouTube. Jana B. Most people spend years blaming the market, yet skip straight to the autopsy. Respect. Yeah, I appreciate you, Jana B. You've been listen. You've been stepping in consistently, like every single week since we started this thing. So I want to give a shout out. Jana B. She's on LinkedIn. Y'all may want to tap into her, or you can always find her comment, and it's going to link back to her LinkedIn page as well. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Remember, if you're a small business owner, you have a website, drop it in the chat. We're supporting each other here. So yeah, we launched the brand and the visibility playbook last week, right? The launch went well. I mean, it went quite well. The conversations have been absolutely incredible. The opportunities are truly starting to grow. And then from the outside family, it sounds like it's exactly what you would want to happen for your business, right? So that's it, right? And it is. I mean, I don't want to downplay the results that we already have, but I want to keep it a buck. Y'all know here, I'm an open book. I'm going to share with you what's right, what's not right, what I'm working on, what I need to continue to work on, right? So if I'm going to keep it a buck, man, growth has a funny way of exposing problems that you really didn't know you had, right? And here's what I've been wrestling with, okay? Y'all let me unpack for a minute. Like, I think I've become the bottleneck. Like, no, you know what? In fact, I know I've become the bottleneck, right? And it's a problem. It's not the market. It's not the demand. It's me, family. It is me. Honestly, that's why I'm wearing my red today. Y'all notice I either wear my black, or last week I wore my green because it was about revenue. Now I'm wearing my red because I just want people to pause and listen. Dude, I'm the bottleneck right now. How am I going to get to $1 million if there's some things that are missing in my business if I'm going to get there, right? Are you the pioneer of being Oh, okay. Thank you for tapping in. I see you. Where's Tim? Your post up. That's what's up. I see you, Terry. Thank you. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. So let me process it. So have you ever, family? Have you ever prayed for growth? Like really prayed for something, only to realize that you wasn't prepared for what growth actually requires? You ever did that before? Maybe it's just me. Remember, I'm an open book. So I'm here to share with you what I've been going through. You don't have to agree or disagree, but I'm going to share with you. Maybe it's just me. That's where I find myself right now. So here's today's message. The same habits that helped you build the business can eventually become the habits that keep you from growing. I mean, at 100, y'all realized that before? Huh? Is it just me or what? The same habits that helped you build the business can eventually become the habits that actually keep you from growing. That's where I'm at right now. Y'all do me a solid real quick, family, because I see more and more people tapping in. I see you, Dr. Rashida. I see you, Sean. What's up, family? Y'all invite 2-3 other people right now to this live. Y'all say, hey, Pat's on this live. He's doing his thug thizzle. He's building out $1 million business in public. He's always providing great insight as well as content because we're building out this $1 million business in public, right? And so there's some habits that I was building that was keeping me stuck. So let it sit for a second. Like last week has forced me to ask myself a question that I probably should have asked myself months ago, right? I said, okay, this is what I was thinking. I said, Pat, listen, if the business doubled tomorrow, what would break? And I have to sit with that for a minute. And maybe you guys ask yourself that as well. Maybe you haven't thought about that, but that's where I'm at now. So I was thinking over the weekend while the kids out there popping fireworks or whatnot. I was like, okay, Pat, if the business doubled tomorrow, what would break? And that question, it kept replaying in my head all weekend long. And honestly, I didn't love the answer that came back in my head. So here's the thing. If more people buy the playbook, guess what I have? I have more questions that I need to answer for the customers, right? If more companies inquire about my services, I have more discovery calls that need to be tended to. If my content reaches more and more people like it has, like I have more comments, more DMs, more emails to respond to, right? And then every opportunity seems to flow through one person. Y'all know who that person is? Y'all know who it is. It's me. Like everything flows through me. And at first, when you're building that thing, it feels extremely exciting. You think, man, dude, your business is growing. That seems absolutely exciting. But then reality kicks in. And when it kicks in, you realize, man, growth doesn't just increase opportunities, it also increases responsibilities. That's real talk, right? Growth doesn't just increase your opportunities, it increases your responsibilities. And if every responsibility depends on this one person, which is me, the business can't grow as fast as that one person, right? And that's the definition right there of a bottleneck. That's where I'm at right now. And I realized, dude, I spend months building visibility. Like I wrote the whole playbook on it. Branding and visibility, $1 million playbook. I share with you guys. I pulled up my LinkedIn profile. I share with you how I go viral every single week on my comments as well as my posts, right? So we've done that job. We've done that job well, right? Now I have to build capacity, right? Those are two completely different things. Building visibility and building capacity are completely two different things. Let me pause here real quick. I see you, Els. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate the love. I see you, Lolly. I see you, Wayne. I see you, Steve. I see you, Sean. I see you, Andre. I see you, Frederick. I see you, Kemed. I see you, Dr. Rashida. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, as well as Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Let me get into this, family. I'm the bottleneck, right? And that's what we're talking about today. So if you're just now here, I'm the bottleneck. What's up, crypto? Yep. What's up, family? I appreciate the love. I'm the bottleneck right here. And I was thinking about that the whole weekend. Like I had a conversation with myself. And the other day I opened up my calendar. Man, I was looking at my calendar. And then I looked at my task list. I don't know if you ever did this. Like you look at your calendar for the week before the week actually starts. Maybe it's just me. But I want to look at how I planned out my week. So I opened up my calendar and I looked at my task list. I was like, okay, man, I got content that I need to write. I have videos that I need to edit. I have emails that I need to answer and respond to. I have LinkedIn comments that needed to be like outdated that I needed to respond to. I have a newsletter that I still need to publish. I have community updates. I got planning for my future launches, right? I was thinking about partnerships, refining my services package, right, for the agencies that I support, working on collaborations with other content creators, right? Working on AI systems. Like all this was part of my task list that I have for this upcoming week. And so by the time I finish looking at everything, I asked myself something that, man, it really made me laugh. I was like, Patrick, dude, what exactly do you think your job is? I don't know if you ever pause and ask yourself that as an entrepreneur, small business owner, whatever you happen to be, right? And I said, okay, Patrick, what exactly do you think your job is? Like, seriously, am I supposed to do all of this forever? Right? And listen, if the answer is yes, then I didn't build a business. I built a job. I need y'all to understand that. Listen, if you answer yes to that, you didn't build a business, you built a job. And that's where I found myself right now. And the thought, it hit me harder than I expected. Like, one thing this bill challenged me to think about is the difference between being productive and being essential, right? Like, those are not the same thing. Just because I can do something doesn't mean I should continue to do it. And that's a lesson that I'm still learning to live with. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as TikTok. See you, Wayne. I see you, Official. I see you, Open Up. I see you, Water Pump. Elso B Key. Okay, hopefully I got the name right. I see you, Magar 6461 on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Y'all stick with me. I'm processing out loud. So there's a trap that a lot of founders fall into. Like, and I think it happens to a lot of entrepreneurs. Again, this is a safe place. I can share with you. I'm building $1 million business in public. I go do the work. I come back here. I share with you what's working, what's not. You've seen everything that we've done up to this point, right? And I think a lot of entrepreneurs, they fall in this trap right here, especially in the beginning. Like, you wear every single hat because you have to, especially in the very beginning, right? You're a small business owner. You're an entrepreneur. You're the marketer. You're the salesperson. You're the customer service representative. You're the content creator. You're the editor. You're the strategist. You're the accountant. You're the CEO. Like, every single hat, you wear that in your business. And eventually, family, those habits become your identity, right? And you start believing, maybe it's me, but you start believing, man, no one can do this as well as I can. Y'all let me know if y'all had that thought before. Like, it's hard to let go, relinquish responsibility to somebody else, because you're like, dude, I've been doing all this and I've been doing it well. At least in your mind, you think you've been doing it well, right? So I'm the bottleneck, right? And I started thinking, man, nobody can do this as well as I can do this. Family, maybe it's true. Maybe it isn't, right? But here's the real question right here. Is that belief helping the business, or is it protecting my ego? That's what I really had to think about real quick. I see you, Brian. Thank you for tapping in. Yep. I see you, Brent. I see you, Dr. Paula. I see you, Al Calderon. I see you, Zach. I see you, Notesa, Jazz. I see you, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok, right? So the real question is, okay, is that belief helping my business, or am I protecting my ego? Remember, I'm an open book. I'm building $1 million business in public. So I don't want to sugarcoat anything. What I'm experiencing, I know a lot of entrepreneurs, I know a lot of small businesses actually go through. So I'm just gonna put the actual words in the face behind some of that angst and anxiety that we've been experiencing. So I'm gonna keep it 100. I had to ask myself something over this week, and I was like, okay, some of the things that I'm holding on to aren't necessarily the highest use of my time. And I think we've probably all been there, but we're afraid of let go. So I was like, dude, some of these things are not high value items for yourself if you're going to build your business. Like, they're just familiar things for me, right? Think about that in your business and or your career. Comfort can become the bottleneck. I see it all the time, especially people trying to elevate, trying to get from that mid-level position to try to get to the executive position. And then they come home at the end of the night and they're complaining to their family. They put in 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours this week, and they still feel stuck. They put in 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours this week, and they still been getting more responsibility. They're putting in 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours this week, and their checking and savings haven't moved the needle. The only thing that's changed is the amount of anxiety or the stress that they bring home every single night, right? Comfort can become the bottleneck. Sometimes we're not holding on to tasks because they're important to us, right? We're holding on to them because letting go actually feels uncomfortable. That's a different conversation, family. That is 100% different conversation. So what's my thinking? How's my thinking changing right here? I see you, Not News. I see you, Joy. I see you, Shannon. Thank you for tapping in. Peace and blessings. Yeah, peace and blessings to you as well, Dr. Paula Whittle. Yeah, thank you for tapping in. Family, again, I'm going to keep it a buck. My role has to evolve. Again, I'm building $1 million business. I'm doing it public. We're reaching $1 million in revenue, right? my role has to evolve. So when I started this journey, my job was to create. That's what it was. I'm like, okay, Pat, you can do that. You're pretty good at that. In fact, I've mastered that at this point, at least in my mind. Like based off the raw reality that we've created over the last several months, I feel like, okay, I've mastered like the content part. I understand the hooks, understand the messaging, understand the imaging, understand how to position myself. I see you, Makia. Thank you for tapping in, family. Yeah, I appreciate the love. My job is now becoming something different. It's to build systems that keep creating, family, whether I'm touching every single piece of the business or not. That's where I have to get you, right? And it doesn't mean removing myself entirely from the business. No, that's not what it means. It means removing myself from unnecessary repetition, right? That's a difference. I think a lot of people struggle with this, right? The mission, listen, the mission still needs my voice because I think at least I like my voice, but I know other people like my voice. And when I speak about my voice, it's not just the way I sound, it's my messaging across social channels, right? So the mission still needs my voice. The strategy still needs my thinking. I don't want to step away from that. The relationship still needs authenticity because that's what builds the relationships. But here's a question. Do I need to manually move content from one platform to the next and do that forever? Probably not. Do I need to spend more hours formatting something that technology can actually handle in minutes? Probably not. Those hours could be reinvested into something else, like talking to customers, right? Like improving the playbook, like building partnerships, like creating new opportunities for myself. That's where I feel like I can create the most value, right? Let me pause real quick because I see Erwin tapped in. Thank you for tapping in. You talk some real truth. The CEO bottleneck point is real. A lot of the time, it's not in control. It's too much decision making, follow up, context still living in the CEO's head. Scaling starts the moment we move from memory to systems. You're spot on, man. Let me give you a round of applause for that right there. That happened to be that was Erwin Chapman. He's on LinkedIn. He tapped in, so we appreciate you guys tapping in. Before I move on to this next talking point, family, listen. If you're a small business owner, you're an entrepreneur, you got a business, right? You got a business. Drop your website in the chat. www.imafulltimehustler.com, whatever that happens to be. If you got a QR code, listen, I'm building a like-minded support system. Drop it in the chat. Other like-minded individuals join these lives. I reach thousands of people on a daily basis that be tapping in here. And I believe in the opportunity of creating space for like-minded individuals to grow. The other thing too is if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, listen, there's floating banners, there's QR codes. You can go in my bio, simply type newsletter if you need to. I'll make sure you personally get your invite. That's where the community is being built. That's where you're going to get access to the branding and visibility $1 Million Playbook. That's where you're going to get access to the ecosystem that we're creating of like-minded individuals that can also help you grow your business as well. Ina, welcome back, family. I see you, baby lady. Welcome back, family. I see you, family. Nod News. What's up, family? I appreciate you tapping in. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, as well as Instagram. Let's get into it. Y'all give me a few minutes. I'm going to wrap this thing up. So this is, what are we at? What did I tell you guys? I think we're episode, what did I say, 126. Episode 126 already. It's freaking crazy. Episode 126. Onologic.org. I see you, family. So onologic.org. So let me tell you this. Let me say this. Here's what I'm committing to, okay? Y'all know I'm building this business in public, and y'all seen me do this, right? I go do the work, I come back here, I share with you guys what's working, what's not working, what's moving the needle, what's creating opportunities, what, all that good stuff. So I do that. I mean, you guys, you've been seeing me. So here's what I'm committing to. Over the next several weeks, family, I'm going to intentionally identify every place that I'll become the bottleneck in my own business. And it's the goal is not to work less. It's never been the goal. It's to be smarter. It's to work smarter. So if you've been watching this series from the beginning, you've probably noticed something, right? You probably noticed this. Every stage of building this business has required me to become a different version of myself. First, I had to become someone that was willing to show up consistently, right? Y'all seen that. We're talking about 126 episodes in 6 months. So have we been consistent? I think we have been consistent. Then I had to become someone willing to build in public, meaning to share my flaws, share my lessons, share my voice, share my thinking, share my framework, right? That takes self-confidence within yourself to show up on in front of these cameras, stream across all these channels where you can reach millions of people, have a voice, have a thought process, and share it in public, right? So I had to build up my confidence to do that. Now I have to become someone willing to let go. Oh man, it's harder than it sounds, family. Maybe you've done it before, especially if you're a type A player, like you're a high performer. It's hard for you to let go because that's what's got you to where you are. Like you're a high performer for a reason because you believe in carrying the workload. You believe in creating value. You believe in sharing your voice. You believe in visibility. You believe in creating opportunity. But it's harder for me right now, right? Because I'm building this thing in public. Letting go requires trust. It really, really does. Trust in the systems that you're building for yourself, trust in the processes that you actually create, and eventually trust in the people that you let into your business. That's the next chapter. That's where we're going next. So let me land this baby real quick. I'm about to land it. Yeah, thank y'all for tapping in. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. If there's one thing that this business has taught me is this. Y'all let me unpack. Businesses don't stop growing because founders stop working hard. I'll repeat that. Businesses don't stop growing because founders stop working hard. Sometimes they stop growing because founders never stop doing everything themselves. Y'all let me know if y'all agree or not. Sometimes your business stops growing because we're afraid to let go. Listen, I'm determined. I'm committed to not letting that happen to me in my business. Like the business deserves better systems. It deserves more leverage. And honestly, so do I, right? I need to create that space, give myself permission to let go if I'm going to continue to elevate. And I see it so many times. Remember, I used to be an executive leader, was part of an executive team that sold a $750 million technology company back in 2018. I didn't get there by happenstance. That wasn't luck. Of course, God played a huge role in that. But sometimes, man, especially as you're leading, sometimes growth comes in those moments you actually let go so you can actually do more. That's where I'm at right here. So here's the question of the day. What's one task that you keep doing simply because you've always done it, even though someone or something else could probably handle it for you? Y'all let me know in the chat box. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok. I see you, Shannon. Thank you for popping in. I see you, Joy to the World. I see you, family. Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, let me know. What's one task you keep doing simply because you've always done it, even though someone else or something could actually do that for you? Y'all think about it, because this is the safe place, right? I'm not going to judge you. I don't feel like you guys judge me based off of the comments that I get on a daily basis, a weekly basis, and behind the scenes. I don't feel judged. If anything, I feel supported. So that's why I feel like it's safe for me to come here and share with you about the things that are working, the things that are not working, the things that are on my mind, the things that are preventing my growth. And right now, I'm the bottleneck. Listen, tomorrow's going to be pretty dope, because tomorrow I want to share what I think might become the most valuable member of the business. And it's not another employee, because you're going, oh, you're going to hire somebody. Nope, it's not another employee. It's not another contractor. I'm talking about AI. What are we talking about? We all use ChatGPT. No, it's not what I'm talking about, family. I've been mapping out how AI agents can completely change the way this company operates. And I think the possibilities are bigger than most people realize. So I want y'all to stick with me for tomorrow, family. In the meantime, listen, much love, much respect. I appreciate you guys rocking with me, because y'all have always been so. Thank y'all, family. That was been episode 126 on building $1 million business. Y'all do me a solid, man. Sign up for the newsletter. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, we're growing that baby to 50,000. I would love to see your face on the inside. Then you will be a part of an ecosystem of like-minded individuals that are supporting one another. And I think that's going to be extremely valuable for a lot of people. Plus, you're going to get access to the brand and the visibility $1 million playbook. Family, much love. Same energy, same time tomorrow. God's willing, knock on wood. I'll see you then. Let's get it.